Hello, welcome to Across the Gridiron, and this is Eddie. And yeah, apologies. It's been a rough couple of days. Had a bit of a cold, so not been able to talk much. But I felt I had to get on here, talk about last weekend and what happened. Cowboys won. I don't want to get too excited, just so I don't I don't upset my voice because I've got to speak tomorrow at work. But hey, listen, the Cowboys won, right? It wasn't the best, sort of win, but it was a win, right? And wins are hard to come by in the NFL. It's just what it is. It's very hard to come by. So when you get them, you get them. And speaking about wins being hard to come by, can we talk about the Bills and the Ravens? I mean, honestly, um, that game, was just unbelievable. The scoreline for one, I don't think I ever saw that coming. The Bills to score 10 points. And everybody was talking about Stephon Diggs going over to the Texans. And there was this narrative that before Stephon Diggs went to the Bills, that Josh Allen was okay, wasn't just, wasn't amazing. If you ask a few people, they say Josh Allen is the second best quarterback in the league, behind Patrick Mahomes. Um, I watched that game. He made some good throws. I mean, that throw in the third quarter, whew, when he was scrambling to the right and then, made that was good. But look, the Ravens, I don't think it's fair. I just don't think it's fair. I don't think you were allowed to go and get Derrick Henry and have Lamar Jackson in the same team. I think that's just unfair. I mean, look, did you see did you see Derrick Henry when he broke in the first play? It was so funny, right? Because you saw the Buffalo Bills guys. They're giving all of this, really chasing Lamar Jackson down. And it looked like, with their white uniforms, it just looked like the police, right? Just literally escorting Derrick Henry into the end zone. It just felt like those three Buffalo Bills defenders, they were literally legging it like this. And Derrick Henry's a big guy. This guy is a big guy. It's not like, just your average guy. But it felt like the guys could not catch up. It was so funny. Derrick Henry, his run reminds me of, I don't know if you remember this guy, Ben Johnson, in athletics. He used to have this very strange way of running, right? You felt like he wasn't going very fast, but the guy was really motoring, right? That was hilarious. But listen, the Ravens, Cowboys, we had it up close and personal, and it was not good. They put 40 on us, right? So, um, yeah, they're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a problem. But Josh Allen, I mean, this is the first real team that he's played, and he didn't look great. Well, I mean, not that he didn't look great, but they didn't win. You could argue he was okay. He wasn't amazing. He was okay. But hey, the Ravens are gonna be a problem. But we all know who their kryptonite is. Can they get past the Chiefs? Because Mahomes is, I don't know. Like, I'm not even gonna talk about the Chiefs in this review because you know what the Chiefs do. They Chiefs do what the Chiefs do. That's just what it is. Um, Speaking about teams, that just do what they do. Let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, right? I can't even say that with a straight face. And I've got this thing right. Really pissed off about all the everyone has tried to run Dak Prescott out of the league, right? They've tried. They really have. You've got, Shady McCoy, talking about his ass and all of that. Um, the Eagles, listen, right? I know people keep talking about Jalen Hurts, and he had that amazing season and went to the Super Bowl. And everybody just says that's his ceiling, right? And it's the same thing with Joe Burrow to an extent, but I'm not talking about Joe Burrow today. I'm talking about Jalen Hurts. Um, Look, when you don't watch the game, and I don't know how many people actually watch the games, right? I watch the games. I watch the Eagles games, um, because I'm kind of hoping that they lose, as a Cowboy fan. So that's why I'm watching it. But you look at the game, and then, you're looking at it and you're thinking, I don't know. I've got a friend, who lives in Minnesota, and I tell him, I said, it's not a really good quarterback. And I think time will tell, right? It was the same thing with Carson Wentz, and I always said, don't know. I just see a lot of things that, don't make me so confident. Jalen Hurts doesn't do well with pressure, right? I think they blitzed the Eagles. Was it like 14 or 15 times in that game? Todd Bowles is gonna put it on, right? He's listen. I don't want to play the box right now. I just want us to just get through a couple of games, get some more confidence before we play the box, because that the box defense is really, really good, and they put it on Jalen Hurts, and he was just. I don't think he sees things well. If he can't take off with his legs, he's not really the same, and that's what really makes Jalen Hurts Jalen Hurts. It's a bit like Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson, you just can't stop him, right? You just can't stop him. Jalen Hurts is probably your poor man's version, of Lamar Jackson, and that's saying a lot of disrespect to Lamar Jackson. But the Eagles lost. At one point, I was watching that game. They had 0 point. I mean, not 0.0 yards. It was funny because Saquon Barkley, they had 3 yards and then they lost it again. So it was like minus 3-3. I mean, come on, right? Listen, that year to the Super Bowl that the Eagles had, with Jalen Hurts was amazing, right? Was amazing. But let's call it for what it was. That defense was ridiculous, right? The Dallas defense was good, but their defense, the Eagles defense was ridiculous. And you could argue, that's what took them there. And in the Super Bowl, he played well, but everybody can have a great game. Nick Foles was MVP. Was he not the MVP against Tom Brady, right? And where's Nick Foles? He's a backup somewhere. So, I mean, listen, we're gonna have to see, right? Well, the Eagles, we're gonna have to see. I'll tell you a team that is really concerning me right now: the Washington Commanders. um, Listen, check out my video I did about your rookie quarterbacks, because at the start of the season I was talking about why rookie quarterbacks, why they struggle in the league, and I was talking about Bo Nix, and I was talking about Caleb Williams, and I said, there was a lot of hype about him. There was too much hype about Caleb Williams. But I did talk about Jaden Daniels, and in the preseason he didn't look too great, but he looked okay. But I don't know if anyone saw what we're seeing right now. Now, I think there's a lot of it that has to do with the schedule. I think there's a lot of it. But if you're a rookie quarterback, you just beat the teams that are in front of you. I don't care if the schedule is soft. You just do what you've got to do, and you build confidence. You stack wins upon wins, and you move on to the next game. And Jaden Daniels is looking good. Looking good. With Terry McLaughlin, going there, and Brian Robinson. I mean, they're looking good. They also have Zach Ertz, former Eagles. That's going to be an interesting game, when the Commanders play the Eagles, because it's going to happen. Um, I'm not looking forward to playing the Commanders right now, because you've got Dan Quinn, former coach for the Dallas Cowboys, now over the Washington Commanders. Honestly, I don't understand this, right? Why, coaches, go to the same division, go to a different division, right? You don't need to like put it in our faces. But whew, I'm not looking forward to Eagles and the Giants because I mean Saquon Barkley is ridiculous. You could argue actually, and I'm going back and forth on the teams, but you could argue that Saquon Barkley is the reason why the Eagles are where they are right now. Because other than that, they could have been 0 and 4. Let's be 100. They could have been 0 and 4, but they're 2 and 2. Uh, Same with Dallas Cowboys. The Washington Commanders are 3 and 1. Yeah, that I don't understand. Make that what you will, but hey, let me know what you guys think. And I'm looking forward to this week because it is NFL London week, and the Jets and the Vikings are playing in the UK. And guess what? I've got my tickets. I'll be there. I'll try and catch a bit of footage, from the game. Really, really looking forward to it. I love the international games. It's a chance for us in the United Kingdom to get to see the NFL in the flesh. So I'm gonna be going over there, rocking my Dallas Cowboys, gear, and hoping for a very good game. In fact, I think I'm seeing all the games in the UK this year, so which is really, really good. So really looking forward to Sunday, to enjoying really that game, and then the next week there's another game as well. So hopeful to try and get some live game content, and I can post it as well for you, right? But guys, let me know what you think. We'll do a preview for the weekend. Just make sure that my voice is, you can see, is already going. But hey, thank you for all the love. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and put in your comments. Let me know, what did you think of week 4 of the NFL? How crazy was that? There are some teams that I haven't really spoken about, right, that we need to talk about them. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Oof, what's going on over there? What is going on over there, right? And you've got the Seattle Seahawks. They also got a perfect start to the season. Interesting. It'll be interesting to see whether they actually go the distance. But yeah, there's a lot of Vikings. Oof. I haven't called my friend yet. I need to call him. It's probably all over the moon because of the Vikings. Tim, I know you're happy now. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But the Vikings are looking good with Sam Darnold. What is going on? Hey, listen, my time's up. I will see you the next one. And thank you. And